They sang, they played, they drummed. When they took up their flutes and drums, their grandmother sat down with them. Then they played, they sounded out the tune, the song that got its name then. Hunapoo Monkey is the name of the tune. And then one monkey and one artisan came back dancing when they arrived. And then, when the grandmother looked, it was their ugly faces the grandmother saw. Then she laughed. The grandmother could not hold back her laughter, so they just left right away out of her sight again. They went up and away in the forest. Why are you doing that, our dear grandmother? We'll only try 4 times. Only 3 times are left. We'll call them with the flute, with song. Please hold back your laughter. We'll try again, said Hunapoo and Jablanque. Next they played again, then they came back, dancing again. They arrived again in the middle of the patio of the house. As before, what they did was delightful. As before, they tempted their grandmother to laugh. Their grandmother laughed at them soon enough. The monkeys looked truly ridiculous, with the skinny little things below their bellies and their tails wiggling in front of their breasts. When they came back to the grandmother, when they came back, the grandmother had to laugh at them and they went back into the mountains. Please, why are you doing that, our dear grandmother? Even so, we'll try it a 3rd time now, said Hunapoo and Shablanque. Again they played, again they came dancing, but their grandmother held back her laughter. Then they climbed up her here, cutting right across the building with thin red lips, with faces blank, puckering their lips, wiping their mouths and faces, suddenly scratching themselves. And when the grandmother saw them again, the grandmother burst out laughing again, and again they went out of sight because of the grandmother's laughter. Even so, our dear grandmother will get their attention. So for the 4th time they called on the flute, but they didn't come back again. The 4th time they went straight into the forest, so they told their grandmother, we have tried, our dear grandmother. They came at first, and we've tried calling them again. So don't be sad. We're here, we, your grandchildren. Just love our mother, dear grandmother, period. Our elder brothers will be remembered. So be it. They have lived here, and they have been named. They are to be called one monkey and one artisan, said Hunapoo and Shablanque. So they so they were prayed to by the flautists and singers among the ancient people, and the writers and carvers prayed to them. In ancient times, they turned into animals. They became monkeys because they just magnified themselves. They abused their younger brothers, period. Just as they wished them to be slaves, so they themselves were brought low. One monkey and one artisan were lost then. They became animals, and this is now their place forever. Even so, they were flautists and singers. They did great things while they lived with their grandmother and mother. All right. And now they began to act out their self revelation before their grandmother and mother. First, they made a garden. We'll just do some gardening, our dear grandmother and mother, they said. Don't worry, we're here. We're your grandchildren. We're the successors of our elder brothers, said Hunapoo and Shablanque. And then they took up their axe, their mattock, their hoe. Each of them went off with a blowgun on his shoulder. They left the house, having instructed their grandmother to give them their food. At midday, bring our food, dear grandmother, they said. Very well, my dear grandchildren, said their grandmother. After that, they went to their gardening. They simply stuck their mattock in the ground, and the mattock simply cultivated the ground. And it wasn't only the mattock that cultivated, but also the axe. In the same way, they stuck it in the trunk of a tree. In the same way, it cut into the tree by itself, felling all the trees and bushes, now leveling, mowing down the trees. Just the one axe did it, and the mattock breaking up thick masses, countless stalks and brambles. Just one mattock was doing it, breaking up countless things, just clearing off whole mountains, small and great. And then they gave instructions to that creature named the Mourning Dove. They sat up on a big stump, and Hunapoo and Shablanque said, just watch out for our grandmother bringing our food. Cry out right away when she comes, and then we'll grab the mattock and axe. Very well, said the Mourning Dove. This is because all they're doing is shooting. They're not really doing any gardening. And as soon as the dove cries out, they come running, one of them grabbing the mattock and the other grabbing the hoe, and they are tying up their hair. One of them deliberately rubs dirt on his hands. He dirties his face as well, so he's just like a real gardener. And as for the other one, he deliberately dumps wood chips on his head, so he's like a real woodcutter. Once their grandmother has seen them, they eat. Wait. Once their grandmother has seen them, they eat, but they aren't really doing their gardening. She brings their food for nothing, and when they get home, we're really ready for bed, our dear grandmother, they say, when. Wow. It's a hard book for me. I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing that. Whatever. They arrive. Deliberately, they massage, they stretch their legs, their arms in front of their grandmother. And when they went on the second day and arrived at the garden, it had all grown up high again. Every tree and bush, every stalk and bramble had put itself back together again when they arrived. Who's been picking us clean, they said, and these are the ones who are doing it. All the animals, small and great, puma, jaguar, deer, rabbit, fox, coyote, peccary, coati, small birds, great birds. They are the ones who did it. They did it in just one night. After that, they started the garden all over again. Just as before, the ground worked itself along with the wood cutting. And then they shared their thoughts there on the cleared and broken ground. We'll simply have to keep watch over our garden. Then, whatever may be happening here, we'll find out about it, they said when they shared their thoughts and when they arrived at the house. How could we get picked clean, our dear grandmother? Our garden was tall thickets and groves all over again when we got there a while ago, our dear grandmother, they said to their grandmother and mother. So we'll go keep watch because what's happening to us is no good, they said. After that, they wound everything up and then they went back to the clearing. And there they took cover, and when they were all nope, and there they took cover, and when they were all well hidden there, all the animals gathered together. Each one sat on its haunches, all the animals, small and great. And this was the middle of the night when they came. They all spoke when they came. This is what they said. Arise, conjoin, you trees, arise, conjoin, you bushes, they said. Then they made a great stir beneath the trees and bushes. Then they came near, and then they showed their faces. The first of these were the puma and jaguar. The boys tried to grab them, but they did not give themselves up. When the deer and the rabbit came near, they only got them by the tail, which just broke off. The deer left its tail in their hands. When they grabbed the tail of the deer along with the tail of the rabbit, the tails were shortened. But the fox, coyote, and peccary, coati, did not give themselves up. All the animals went by in front of Hunapoo and Chiblanque. All right.